All right, team. In this video, we're going to talk about adding your ATA indicator to your layout that you have created on your TradingView. So you can see here we have the layouts, we have the ETH as well as our BTC. So we'll go ahead and start off with our BTC layout. As you can see, I'm just clicking on these layouts in between. Once you have the BTC layout loaded, the default settings is to trade on the 1 minute chart. So ensure that you are on this 1 minute section here. Whatever you create this alert as, it's going to base it on whatever time frame that you're running on TradingView. So if you're looking just to use default, kind of set it, forget it, we do recommend on 1 minute. Higher time frames are for a little more advanced use. So let's go ahead and save that. Now we're going to click, you see a lot of options up in here. There's going to be a section here that's going to be called Indicators, Metrics, and Strategies. Once you have requested your ATA trader, you will get an email notifying you, letting you know that it has been added to your charts. All you need to do from this point is you click on this, come down into your invite-only scripts. Now on your invite-only scripts, you're probably only going to have one or two. I have quite a few on here, but let's go ahead and let's load up the Bodjock Ultron Trader. As you load up the Ultron Trader, give it a second when you click it because it's going to populate a request asking you to input your email as well as your passphrase that you did create on the Bodjock site. So there it goes. We popped it up. So I'm going to use my test email, which is the botjock@gmail.com, and ATA is the test passphrase that I added. This passphrase is going to be the passphrase that you did create on our website at the bodjock.com account. Under Trading ATA, there's a spot that says passphrase. This is just an added security. You don't have to set it up, but I do recommend that you do. So once you hit apply, that's going to populate one in here. What I want to show you before I go ahead and go into that one is if you are looking to run a long and a short, you will need to add this twice. So we're going to click it one more time, and we're going to put in botjock@gmail.com ATA. And again, you just hit apply. Now we can close this out. You're going to see it has two here. The indicators that populate will come up into this section here. Again, managing and understanding it, this is your layout. These are your indicators. You can hit this arrow if you don't see them just by this 2. That'll help you drop it down. And you can already see that it's already populating kind of a scenario of what would the ATA trader have done if it was already working, right? So this allows you to kind of back test and see what it is doing. So it's super simple to add these to the charts. Once you get these on the charts, you just come over here, you can click this gear, and you can begin to change the settings. So now I want to show you on this one how to remove them. In case you have an update, things like that down the road. We'll talk about the settings and stuff in the later videos. So removing indicators is super simple as well. Again, remember these are our indicators that as you add them, they'll continue to load down. Over here, you have multiple functions. You have the eyeball, you have the gear, and you have the X. So once you have those, these sections you're going to want to understand because these three are very important. You will be using them throughout trading the ATA. So the eyeball is important because you don't want to see two of them. So if I'm working on one, I typically will mute this. If you notice, all that does is mute them, but you don't want two overlapping each other. This is important. So if I want to go into my gear and change this to short and click off to the side here, then I know I'm only going to see my short instead of my long. So it does help out as far as because if I were to have both of these eyeballs on, you can see it would have both, and I might get confused on what's my short stuff, what's my long stuff, right? And it even kind of confuses the status bar. So these eyeballs are awesome for kind of muting those. So to add and remove them, we already added them. Now, if I want to take one off, let's say both of these need to be updated because when I click my gear, it says version 1.14, and let's say we're on version 1.15 and you want the latest and greatest, right? All you would need to do is you click these X's that will remove it. You're going to hit save. You do need to click this arrow, come down and click this one more time. It's just a way for TradingView to refresh their stuff. And that will allow you to go back to invite-only scripts, and you can come down and find the one that you want to load. You type in your email and your passphrase and hit apply. If you do mess up the passphrase or the email, it's not a problem. When you click this gear, you can kind of scroll down to the bottom here and see this is where the data populated. You can change that. So that is how you add it back. To check the version, you can look here and ensure that it is the proper version now. So simple as that, guys. Anytime you make a change on this chart, all you're gonna do is hit this save button. Anytime you see it, I always hit it. It's just kind of how I manage it. But I hope that helps you understand the indicators, how to add them, where to find them. Invite-only scripts is where they go. You probably only have one or two, depending how many you have in there. So it'll be super easy for you to find and locate the one that you want to add to your chart. So I hope that helps you get started as far as getting your indicator added, and we will talk about management and adding some of the settings in there in some of the later videos. So I appreciate your time, and you guys have a great rest of your day.